all are fit and fine at your places. I, Priyanka Bisht, your business studies teacher, welcomes you all in your new session and in your new class, that is grade 11. So before starting the lecture, we will first discuss about the syllabus of business studies. So here in this class, the syllabus of business studies is divided into two parts, part A and part B. Part A is all about foundation of business and part B is about business finance. So in part A, which is foundation of business, here we learn about the basic concept of business and trade, and in part B, which is business finance, here we learn about the different sources of finance from which we can raise the finance for starting the business. So in this session, we will cover the very first chapter of business studies, which is nature and purpose of business. This chapter is included in part A of business studies, which is foundation of business. So before starting the chapter, which is nature and purpose of business, first we will understand about the concept of business. See, as we know, all the human beings, they are required to perform some activities to satisfy their needs. So they are engaged in different occupations to earn a livelihood and to get some psychological satisfaction. So when they are engaged in an occupation to earn a livelihood, it is known as business activity. So the concept of business is clear. Business means any activity which is carried on by the human beings or for which they are engaged in an occupation to earn a livelihood or to get some psychological satisfaction. That is business activity. So by this, it is clear that the activities which are undertaken by human being is known as human activity. Now, human activities can be classified into two major categories. First is economic activities and second is non-economic activities. We'll learn about these concepts in detail. First, we will talk about economic activities. So, economic activities are those activities which are taken by the human being with the object of earning money. So, whatever activity which is undertaken by the human being with the purpose of earning money is known as economic activities. These activities are basically concerned with production, exchange and distribution of goods and services. So here the purpose of economic activity should be expectation of money income which is used for the further creation of wealth or assets. Now, examples of economic activities can be the goods which are produced in a factory, distributing the goods to the wholesaler and the retailer, person or the worker who is working in a factory, doctor practicing as a doctor, lawyer working as a teacher in a school. All these are example of economic activities. Now, economic activities are also further divided into three main categories. First is business. Now, business refers to those economic activities which are basically connected with the purchases, production, sales and distribution of goods or services with the main objective of earning profit. So basically trade is the same thing. Trade means exchange of goods and services for the purpose of money. That is known as business also. So business is also an economic activity because here the motive is to earn profit. Examples of business can be fishing, mining, farming, manufacturing, wholesales, etc. Next is profession. So profession also refers to the economic activities which basically requires the special knowledge and skills to be applied by an individual in his work to earn a living. For example, the people who are engaged in professions are known as professionals. Example of professionals can be lawyers are professionals who are engaged in a legal profession. Doctors are professionals who are engaged in a medical profession and governed by Medical Council of India. So here the main objective of profession is to provide service. This is also under the category of economic activity. Third is employment. Now, employment is also an economic activity where an individual is working regularly for the another person and in return he is getting salary. So, those who are employed by others are known as employees, and the person who are engaged others to work regularly for them are known as employers. So, we can say example of employment can be working in office, bank, insurance company, shops, managers, clerk, peon, salesman, etc. All these are examples of employment. We will now discuss the difference between the three major categories of economic activities, which is business, profession and employment. So first basis of difference is commencement. Now, business may commence with the decision of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the one who starts the business. So for starting the business, the decision of entrepreneur is necessary. Second, profession may commence on completion of a degree or course, which means a person can enter into a profession by getting a certificate of practice or completion of degree and course. For example, if a person wants to become a doctor, he should have MBBS degree with him. Now, third is employment. Employment commences on joining the duty by entering into a service agreement. So, everyone can get employed by just entering into a service agreement. Next basis of difference is qualification. So, in business, no minimum qualification is required. That means anyone can start a business. There is no any specified qualification for starting a business. Next, in profession, prescribed and professional qualification and training is required. So for entering into a profession, you need a certificate or a training to enter into profession. Third is employment. So in employment, qualification depends upon the nature of job. For example, if you have to apply for the manager post, you must be graduate. And if you have to apply for clerical post, you just need to have your intermediate done. So here the qualification in employment depends upon the nature of job. Now, third basis of difference is investment. So in business, capital requirement depends upon the scale of business, which means if we talk about the big scale of business, it requires big capital. If someone is thinking to form a company form of business, to say they will require more capital. In sole proprietorship form of business, minimum capital will be required. So here in business, the capital requirement depends upon the scale of business or size of business. Second is profession. Limited capital investment is required in profession, as the motive of profession is to provide service. Third is employment. No capital investment is required. Here the person is working for another person, so capital is not required in employment. Fourth is risk. So in business, there is always risk and uncertainty. Business totally depends upon the risk. Second is profession. In profession, little risk is present, and in employment, there is no risk present. Fifth basis of difference is transfer of interest. So here the interest is transferred. It is possible with some formalities. In profession, it is not possible, and in employment, it is not possible. Now here the next is basis of difference is main objective. Main objective of business is to earn profit. Main objective of profession is to provide service. And for employment, main objective is to earn income in the form of salary and also by satisfying the employer. Seventh is code of conduct. So for business, there is no prescribed code of conduct. Code of conduct can be a guideline or the rule which is to be followed by a person who is either engaged in profession or employment. So in business, there is no prescribed code of conduct. In profession, it is prescribed by the professional association. As we know, every profession is governed by the professional body, and these professional body prescribes the code of conduct for the professions. In employment, the terms and conditions of service contract are applicable on employees. Now, eighth is nature of work involved. So, in business, basically production, purchases and sale of goods and exchange of goods and services are involved. All the main economic activities are concerned with the production, purchases of, or we can say exchange of goods and services is concerned. In profession, it basically involves rendering of personalized service of professional nature. Example can be doctors, lawyers, etc. And in employment, it involves the performing the work as assigned by the employer. Here in business, reward is profit. In profession, reward is fees. And in employment, reward is salary or wages. Now, next major category of human activity is non-economic activities. So these are the activities which are undertaken by an individual with the motive of getting psychological satisfaction. So here the motive is not to earn money or not to earn profit. Motive here is to get psychological satisfaction. Example of non-economic activities can be visiting temples or charity or social service or production for self-consumption. These are some examples of non-economic activity. We can also have one more example for non-economic activity. For example, when a teacher is teaching in a school, it is an economic activity because he or she gets salary for teaching. But when the same teacher is teaching his or her son at home, then it is a non-economic activity as he or she will not get monetary benefit for teaching, but the end result is satisfaction of teaching one's own child. So now we can easily differentiate between economic and non-economic activities. Both the activities are carried by human beings, but in economic activity, these activities are carried with the motive of earning money or profit, and in non-economic activity the motive is not to earn any profit. Here the main motive is to get psychological satisfaction. Now next we have concept and characteristics of business. So business basically is a wide term and it includes all the occupations in which the people are busy in earning income by either production or purchase or sale or exchange of goods and services. And all these activities are carried on to satisfy the needs of other people with the main objective of earning profit. So we can say, what is business? Business is an occupation where the people are engaged in earning money by performing all the economic activities, and these economic activities can be production, purchases or sale and exchange of goods and services. So by understanding the concept of business, we can now define business. Business is a human activity directed towards producing or acquiring wealth through buying and selling of goods. Now, as we know, in the traditional business, the main motive was to earn profit. No matter what, if the customer is satisfied with the products or not, but there the motive was to sell the product and to earn profit. But in modern times, business is no longer dealing with goods or services. It cannot be defined in terms of profit only. It has become an integral part of society, as society plays a very important role in modern business. It includes the following activities. First, creating a customer for itself. Having good relation with customer should be the motive of the business. Second, converting economic resources into goods and services, keeping in mind the preferences of the customers. According to the preference of customers, the economic resources can be converted into goods and services. Next is innovating new products or services. Now, innovation may lead to the technological upgradation of production process. And last is marketing these innovative products. So marketing the innovative products and services so that these can reach the customers. So these are some important points which should be kept in mind for the businessman to carry on the business. As we know, society plays an important role in the modern business. Customers are now well aware about the products. So here the customer satisfaction should be the motive of every modern business. Now next we have characteristics or nature of business. So first characteristic is business is an economic activity. As we know, economic activities are those activities which are carried on by human beings with the motive of earning money. So here business is also considered as an economic activity as it is undertaken with the objective or aim of earning money and livelihood and not for the psychological satisfaction. Next is production or procurement of goods and services. So every business enterprise either produces or procures goods and services from the producers. Now we know business enterprises produces goods and services and exchange the goods and services for profit motive. These goods may consist of either consumer or industrial goods, and services may include transportation, banking, insurance, etc. Third is sale or exchange of goods and services for the satisfaction of human needs. So business are producing goods and services, they are exchanging the goods and services with the motive of profit as well as for the satisfaction of human needs. So here business involves the sale or exchange of goods and services. The production of goods and services for self-consumption is not business. For example, a farmer cultivating crop for himself and his family's consumption is not doing business. But the farmer who is cultivating crop for sale is involved in business activity. So here sale of exchange of goods and services should be done for the satisfaction of human needs. Next is dealing in goods or services on a regular basis. So this is also an important feature of business, that it must sell or exchange goods or services on regular basis. Buying or selling of goods and services once or twice is not business. For example, if a person sells his house to buy a new house, he is not doing business. But if the same person buys and sells goods on a regular basis to earn commission, then it will be considered as business. Next is profit earning. So as we know, the main motive of every business is earning profit. If the profit motive is missing in a transaction, then it cannot be considered as business transaction. For example, goods given in charity are not a business activity, and no businessman can survive without earning sufficient profit. Now the last characteristic is uncertainty of return or risk. So this is also an important feature of business, that there is always a risk factor in the business transaction. That means there is always a possibility of losses. It is not certain that a businessman will always earn profit, because the market conditions may change, customers' taste may change, there may be strike in businessman's own factory, etc. So all these can lead to the losses. So in business transaction, there is always an element of risk involved. So these were some characteristics of business. So in this session, we have learned about the concept of business, human activities, types of human activities, economic and non-economic activities, also the difference between three major categories of economic activities, and we have also discussed about the characteristic of business. So in the next session we'll be continuing with some more topic of the same chapter. That's all for today. Thank you.